Hey there. So I'm going to walk through how I edited an image for teenymeleeny on Reddit. The link to my response and the original photo is in the description. So what I'm doing here is I duplicated the background layer into its own layer, and now I'm creating a mask layer so that I can hide the background without actually deleting it. So anything that I select and hit the delete key on is really just creating a transparency uh, in the mask layer, so it just falls through to the background. So it's going to cut through this, and there's a lot of background here, so it's going to go for a little while, especially in some of these more detailed areas. So I'm going to speed up the video. So what I'm doing here is cutting out large areas with the rectangle selection tool so I can focus on the edges around the primary character. All right, that's good enough. So now I'm going to switch to the point-to-point selection tool and click along the edges of the person. Now, what I've done is I've inserted a black raster layer so I get some better contrast as I'm selecting around the edges of the person so I can tell better how well I've done with the selection. And just keep on selecting, keep on selecting. As I get into the shoe area here, she's got some leaves and grass around her shoes, and I can't really do a whole lot about it. So I'm going to do my best to just sort of make a shoe shape around it. You'll also notice that I'm going in small sections a little bit at a time. The reason I go small sections at a time is that sometimes I'll double click in a really bad place and end up selecting parts of the thing that I want to keep. And so by keeping them in small sections, it's easier to control. So there's a whole lot less for me to undo if I really screw up. So one important thing to do here is save often. I can't tell you how many times I've done a whole lot of work and then have my application crash and not have saved anything and have to start all over again. So make sure you're hitting Control S a lot, saving to a file, because you will regret it if you don't. And just one little bit left, and we are done. All right, now to add a background. So I'm going to try this dark forest background I found first. Looks pretty good. So let's see. Go over here, select it all, copy it, and takes a little while. I'm going to paste it in there as a new layer. See, now I'm pasting it over the black layer, so now it shows up. And it looks like she's floating. All right, let's try moving this up a little bit. Maybe resize it a little bit. No. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see, how's that? Yeah, not exactly what I was looking for. Hello. So I did have some other images, some other backgrounds I found. So there's this one. This one's kind of neat. I like the way that the sun's coming in through the trees, so let's give that a try. So open up a new window with the same image so I can position a little better, copy, and paste that in there. Oops, a little small. So that's kind of neat, like that. put her in there. And then she's in a little hole, but you know, I think that looks okay. Well, let's try something a little different just to make sure. So I got another one down here. You guessed my forest theme. So let's try this one. Copy, paste that as a new layer. Yeah, I like this one better with the lighting that she's got going on. All right, so let's put her somewhere where her feet will be able to be hidden in the moss. That looks pretty good. All right, size it a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm going to create a couple of layers here, layer groups. So I'm going to duplicate the cutout, and then I'm going to create a new layer group. Let me get this dialog over here so you can see it. And this one's going to be called background 1. And oops, let's see. Try it again. Background 1. Create another. Let's rename this thing. Sorry. Background 2. Now create a group. Call this background 1. Another one here. Group background 2. And now I'm going to drag this cutout into here, this cutout into there. And I'm going to see I can toggle them on and off. So I can try them out. So I'm going to toggle this one off because I don't need to see it. All right. And close this. All right, now we're doing some cleanups. Close up this guy, and let's add some special effects. All right, save, 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 save. All right, so I'm gonna open this guy up, and I'm going to, let's change the contrast, the brightness on this thing a little bit. It's a little bright. Add a brightness layer, turn it down just a touch. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the cutout, but then I'm going to merge it, all the mask layer and the other stuff into itself. So now it's just the image of her. And gonna hide that, the original one, just in case I need it later. And then I'm gonna duplicate that again and hide the other one. Now there's a reason for my madness. I'm gonna go in there and I need to have copies of it as I mess with it. So I don't think I need this part. All right, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna add some sparkles to her hand. Cause why not? All right, add a new raster layer. Sparkles? No, that's not right. Sparkles, I can spell. All right, so for this, I'm going to use a picture tube. Let's see. Where is the picture tube? There we go. I'm going to use, what's this thing? Retro square. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want. All right, go back up. I want the flare. Okay, and we're going to give her a Kamehameha. Starting in our hand and kind of swirly all the way up. and ended her armpit. That's no. Oh, ugh. All right. Maybe I can fix this. The mask layer, and we will erase. What do we get mask? See, I want to go around her hand, so I want here and maybe the backside of her hand. So all right. So it's going to be behind her hand. That means it's in front of her wrist, and then it'll go behind her elbow here. So let's get rid of that. That's not exactly what I want. Okay, let me salvage this. Go here, and then no. Alright. Let's put that back. No, but then it ends up in her armpit. This is not working very well. Alright. Let's scrap this. Let's start a new layer. Alright. New layer. This one. Get rid of this garbage. Alright. Let's try with the stamp. And I'll start where I want it to end. Alright, let's try this. We're here. So far. Alright, and we'll just do one little loopy thing. Alright. Very cool. It's not too bad. Alright. How about we add a little smaller sparkly around this. So change the size, and then we'll just loopity loop. Alright, not too bad. Alright, so now let's see if I can get this to work with the right mask. Back to the mask layer. Yeah, there's something weird. Alright. I think I need to fix the mask because there's stuff that's not right here. Put that back. That back. Just make everything go back. Okay. Alright. So now, let's go in and fix it the way I want it to look. Make it go behind her elbow here. And I think that's fine if it's above her hand and her forearm. Oh, I'm sorry, and her other part of her arm. Okay. Alright. That looks good. Alright, now her feet are really starting to bother me, so let's go down here and see if we can fix this. Alright, let's try cloning this up here. And that looks awful. Alright. Smaller clone area. Alright, okay. Oh, no. Let's see. Create a new layer. Let's copy on top of this. Let's clone onto this new layer. And this, no. It's looking like garbage. She stuck her foot in the mud. Alright, let's. No. How about it there. I'll put this here. No, that's wrong color. Nope. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's do something different here. You know what? I think this is good enough. All right. Let's just save. Yep, I think this is good enough. Just gonna save. And then, let's see. Now, let's use some special effects here. All right, so we can get the layer, and gonna use something called ParticleShop, which is a Paint Shop Pro thing. Add in. All right. Plug and start. It'll add. So ParticleShop has special brushes that let me do special effects on images. So I think I want this one, and no. Let's see. Where is it? No, not under here. No, no, no. Let me go back to the other one. And, oh, light. Here we go. All right. Light. Zoom in a little bit. Let's get the right color to make sure it's yellow. And I am just going to click right here in the middle. Okay. And on the middle of this one. There we go. And save. And now this is just going to save the lighting effect that I just put on there, not the actual layer underneath it. And cool. All right. It's underneath. That looks good. Very cool. All right, mess with the transparency a little bit. Let's see what I want to do here. Okay, I think I might need one more of these. I'll duplicate that out. You know what, this hair is really not okay. Let's go back up here. And I don't have the clone tool, I need brush. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Looks like a handle on her head. Okay, there we go. Much better. And while I'm here, just a little bit more cleanup. I see some shadows here that are coming off, that are visible now that I put that that light behind her staff. All right, let's see. Okay. Down here. All right. Let's get up here. There's still some shadow from the cutout here, so let me get rid of that. All right, much better. I'll just check the bottom of the staff too. A little bit there. All right, I think we're on the final stretch here. All right, one final thing here. I want to put a glow around her star. So create a new layer, Call it the Star Glow. I'm going to get a circle selection. And let's get 100 on the feather, and let's create a circle around the center. Okay. Gonna fill that with a yellow radial gradient. And we'll just fill that in. Okay, that's bright, that's okay. Copy that. And well, let's actually take the transparency down so we can see the star. That's nice. All right. Duplicate that bad boy and just move that one down here. And there we go. I think we're good. Looks good. All right, and save, and we will be done. All right, thanks for watching, people. Have a good one.